Hello and welcome everyone to the 37th episode of our D&D 5e campaign titled Roaches. Today's recap will, as always, be done by Lordwick.
You say that with a sigh. Why? Is my voice not soothing and calming and charismatic? I
Maybe
can.
GM is guilty for making you do it every time.
Hmm,
Maybe.
That's possible. That's possible.
I've started a thing with the other group where I just, before the real recap, just make one person who wasn't there last session just guess the recap.
Okay, it's nice.
But such
Yes.
person doesn't exist here, so take it away,
No,
Lord.
indeed. Because we were all three present last session. Speaking of which,
Last session.
um, the group was pondering what they would do next. Remember that they went through several domains, saw several vistas, went from a forest to a frozen wasteland to a forest to a beach, seeing to a walking city of the dead or undead, then and then encountering a egg-shaped thing, probably an egg that hatched quite some time ago, and standing in front of a um, quite tundra or savanna-like area. And thus they were pondering what to do next. And um, some of them, I do not know which of the two, but hinted at Arahant that maybe his deity could help them in that endeavor. So he started praying to the great catfish of wisdom, which was good enough or kind enough to give Arahant three visions. Being one, mining dwarves that are mining and are attacked by a giant bird. Second, a creature prowling a forest wielding a giant glaive. And third, a settlement of humans and elves that are happily sitting at the feet of three mountains. Um, After taking some short rest and pondering the three different options, um, they are they go on and they see at the horizon or at some distance tall hills in front of them, or in at least in their vicinity, with on one of those hills a giant nest. Trudging on, um, the party sees a group of creatures, although they look boar-like. They were not actually boars. Um, that run towards them in quite a panicked frenzy. Um, the party does its best to avoid that rampaging horde, though Mel manages to be hurt by one of those tusks of those creatures. Um, and if that was not enough, they also heard some rumbling coming from the ground, as well as the flapping of wings. And above them flies a giant bird or bird-like creature, having a one of those strange boar-like creatures in its claws. For the rest, no apparent attack is visible from either the bird or the rampaging horde, and they continue on. crossing from the hilly area into an area with thorny branches. Some are knee high. On other places, they go up to chest high, and they hear the sound of metal armor, um, of that is being worn by creatures at some distance. Um, in an endeavor to know what could cause that noise, Sauron launched a eldritch blast, um, in the hopes of, with the force of that blast, to blow away, um, be it temporarily the weeds or branches, so that there is a passage visible, hoping that we could see or have a glimpse of those creatures, which the party does. And apparently they are dwarves. Um, they start a conversation. It's mostly Mel that starts it, because the dwarves speak Dwarvish. Probably can speak common, but didn't want to speak the common tongue, whilst Arhant was translating what was happening to Sauron. Um, and the short gist of it is that those dwarves were part of a team that were sent about, or arrived here about 10 years or so. That they were hunting down some cultists, and through various happenstance arrived at demonic wastes, and have been trying to search for a way to go away from the demonic wastes and return to their own realm. They are worshippers of some minor dwarven deity linked to brewing, and some of them were even proper clerics. The party manages to convince the dwarves or they first tell them that they are here to try to pursue the followers of Akishigal, and that they are hoping that they came to collect some waste blood, but also to stop a ritual from happening that would, if left uninterrupted, would help Akishigal greatly in his endeavor. And they managed to get the help of those dwarves by implying that ritual must have some kind of a link between the demonic wastes and the material plane, and that they could at least use that to return to their own plane, or probably they are from the same plane as our party is. They managed to convince the dwarves, and they went into the hilly part. They climbed up a hill to oversee what was there, and then after ascertaining their direction, they treaded on. Up on the hill, they saw a patchwork of land that seemed to ground that seemed to be plowed over, and beyond that there were mountains. So they decided to go down to the plowed like area, and arriving there, they quickly ascertained that it must be the domain of worms. Why? Quite simple. Arhant falls into a sinkhole and is confronted by a human head on a worm-like body. And likewise, Mel, Sauron, and the dwarves are confronted by the same thing. Uh, it doesn't take long to realize that it is in fact the demon lord itself, or at least the demon lord from that domain, that was first speaking towards Arahant and then speaking towards Mel. The trick was that when the demon lord was speaking, he spoke to all of them at once, but because Arahant has fell into the sinkhole, they could not hear what Mel, Sauron, and the dwarf were saying, nor could the rest of the party hear what Arahant was saying. So the responses of the demon lord were sometimes a bit ephemeral for the party. But that being said, no, now I have to. And it came down to the fact that the demon lord first asked Arahant if he wanted to reconsider his offer for, I think it was power. Was it power, Jan?
Um,
Or was it knowledge, but the knowledge of war?
it was the knowledge of war, yes.
Okay. So yeah, because remember that Arahant was and had some interest in several demon lords that talked about or had knowledge, or one of their spheres of influence was knowledge in specific topics. So he asked if Arahant would reconsider his offer. Arahant refused it, but used logic to point out that they have a common enemy in Akishigal, and that if the demon lord would let them be, they and confront Akishigal, either if we stop the ritual, it would weaken Akishigal, and this would be a win for that demon lord. If the party would fail and be utterly destroyed and squashed, well, that's then it's a status quo, and for the demon lord of worms, nothing much changes. Seeing the merit of in this, he asked Mel if he was willing to build some kind of a weapon for one of his generals. And if Mel was inclined to do so, he would grant them free passage through his domain, and even help them in some manner with their final confrontation with Akishigal, or at least the minions of Akishigal. Having reached a consensus, they were able to traverse the domain of vermin. The domain of worms, and arrived at a scenery with a patchwork of fields. Some of them were barren, and others having crops that were being devoured by vermin from all kinds. Realizing that they have entered the domain of vermin, which is the domain of Akishigal. And it's a flat country, and at a distance, the party sees, the parties and the dwarves see a big dome made of thorns. And there we ended this session.
Yeah. Indeed. And I'm assuming you are marching towards said Dome of Thorns.
Is it far?
It will probably still take you about an hour of walking.
If we go, I think Arahant will try to We will try to avoid the patches with crops on it that are being devoured. So we would try to cross, if possible, through zigzag through the patches of barren earth,
Huh.
if such a thing is possible.
To try and avoid everything that actually is grown. Okay. Only take the barren earth. That would indeed be possible.
Arahant will propose this to the rest of the party. I saying that's just, in my opinion, the safer option.
I mean, we have enough time to take a safer option, right?
Yes.
So I don't see why not.
Then let's cross through the patches of barren earth. I do not want to go into the cropped areas, because if being enemies of Akishigal, it is possible that those vermin would sense us and try to attack us or even devour us.
Who would do such a thing? That's just...
Right? Then lead the way.
Okay. We go through zigzagging through the taking the barren patches only.
Well, after an hour or so of walking, you can both give me a DC 17 wisdom save.
A wisdom save. Okay.
A pretty high one too.
25.
Oh boy. Well, aren't
Arahant
those a bunch of successes? You maybe start feeling crawling under your skin, making you feel uneasy. But you manage to keep your focus straight and not fall for any demonic tricks. If you're wondering, that was against madness from being within a lair, within a mile of a lair. Or spending an hour within reach of a lair.
We do have some mental fortitude, so.
Yes.
So now I suppose we arrive at the dome itself, or not far from it.
Yes, not far from the dome. You notice that most of the, let's call it the rabble, of this domain has how do you say, congregated itself around that dome. Yeah, rabble. From cultists and minor demons to just the ever-present swarms of vermin.
Great. So they are swarming and gathering around that dome.
Yes. And then you see one large creature flying in there, and a bunch of them scatter or panic or start to fight it, and then another one. and then another one, and then another one. And you see the forms of the mosquito-like demons you know as colicoids.
Mm,
Possibly here to provide a distraction.
well, they did broker an agreement with Mel a few sessions ago. Would the distraction be enough for the party to find a way inside the dome?
Well,
Without
most of the creatures outside are now either locked in combat with colicoids or with or being swarmed by mosquitoes or in combat with other kinds of creatures that serve the colicoids.
Mhm. Okay.
If you manage to not, if you manage to be relatively sneaky, you should have no issues getting through.
Okay. And is there a obvious entrance to the dome?
There's not.
There's not. Oh. Hmm. And would
And
the
is it dome kind of reminding us of the one we saw at the park or no?
Yes, it is a dome made of thorns. They have a tendency to look rather similar.
is it open on the top of it or not? Or can we not? Or is it too high for us to
It's
see?
too high to see.
Can I reach out mentally and say, hello, do you mind letting us in?
To who are you trying to?
I remember that last time there was a living creature above the door, above the door cell, and they invited us in, and I tried to, um, using my powers, just to reach in the general direction that if there is a creature, indeed, I can kind of sort of find it.
When you say living creature, were you talking about the creature at the end that also offered our hand the wine, or a creature at the start?
I talk about the creature at the start that let us in at the command of their master.
Then living creature might be a bit of a weird word because I'm pretty. If
Sentient creature?
yes, because if I remember correctly, it was just literally a skull stuck in the
Uh, for me, it's enough.
living enough. Okay.
It's sentient, it's okay.
Well, and you get the answer. You again?
Mm, I feel like we are ready to restart our negotiation.
So, what do you offer?
I turn to the members of my party. Remember how the spirit let us in last time? We don't need to really cut through the dome. We can enter with the agreement of the master. But they want to know what do we offer them if we are going to negotiate anything with them? Basically, help me make up a believable lie, please.
Mm.
Hello?
I'm
Am I
Roderick?
was I
Yeah.
clear?
No, you were not muted. You were not muted.
No, I'm not.
No, neither.
Okay.
Um,
I guess then Ludwig need a little bit of time to think.
Well, I'm simultaneously also taking some notes for the recap.
um,
So
As
Sauron, you asked to restart negotiations on a deal.
last time they let us
oh no. Why did this
offer
work?
They let us.
to make an offer to join them. And this time I reckon that if we wanna enter, we need to say that we are ready to negotiate again. So they asked, what do we offer this time?
Hmm.
I mean, first thing off the top of my head would be lives of the leaders of the city, which we are saving currently, but you know, they don't really know that.
Some subterfuge.
Yeah, in by any means it will be a lie. Also we can offer them a passage to the world of living, to our realm. Maybe some minor spirit or some, I don't know, manifestation of the spirit of hunger can climb on board of one of our crew members, and when we are teleported back, I mean, we can offer that. I'm not saying that we will do that. We can offer that.
Well, I think that Akishagal would be able to send his minions out of his own volition to the material plane. So
And also,
yes, what is the
how
third
is
one?
this banishing the spirit of hunger things work? Like they can reappear whenever they want, or if we banished them, it has a longer or more significant effect.
Who knows?
Okay, then I can start with. Would you like to come back where you were?
You can get me out of the hellhole?
Because we can make it happen.
Ooh. If you can get me out of here, of course, yes, yes.
Then we indeed would like to enter and see you face to face.
Yes, you may. Do you want to actually now approach the dome?
Gentlemen, I think if we need to do what we planned to do, we should go. The dome is willing to let us in.
one of the dwarfs that are still following you says, "So let me get this straight. You you talked to you talked to a bunch of thorns, and they agreed to not sting us."
Do you remember the forest made out of human bodies?
No, never have been there.
Well, in this realm, there's a forest made out of wood, which entangle and consume human and not only humanoid flesh, maintaining some of their sanity. And this Thorn thing has a more or less similar situation going on. There is a semi-sentient communicator there that is willing to let us in safely to see their master. They are really interested in our party.
Well, if you say so. I just hope I won't be stuck between a wall of thorns and a wall of demons.
Alternative options?
None? I mean, we could hack our way through, but that would take a while.
Yeah, and those thorns are really okay. You will see. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, and you approach the wall of thorns, and at the point where you approach, a little skull emerges from the thorns before, right next to him, the thorns just fade back, revealing an opening. So you brought friends with
lift
you.
I lift my triangle head a little and wave with it to greet the skull and say hello again.
Hello. Hello. So you can get me out of here? Say?
That's the plan, my friend. That's the plan.
Then come in quickly. Don't let the demons bite.
Yeah. With that, I usher everyone inside this sketchy construction. Though it's easier than hacking through the wall of thorns and we make much less noise, I'm still anxious about what is inside. And
Yeah, and once you
those who
pass,
know me, those who know me a little better than those dwarves, see the anxiety written on my face.
well, once you pass through, immediately the wall behind you closes. So I want to I have to excuse the mess in here. Uh, boss didn't really have time to rebuild all of this, so guess you'll have to make do. But now for your part of the deal. You said you wanted to get me out of here.
Show yourself. I wanna see you when you
I am
speak
showing
to me.
myself.
Not just a skull.
But
That communication is happening.
oh yeah, it's that communication happening verbally.
To say anything to me, they would have to say it via telepathic means or with their mouth. But as soon as we are in speaking distance for me to safely communicate, I switch from telepathic communication to verbal.
Okay, yeah. Then this conversation is probably verbal. No, No. The deal wasn't for you to get the master out of here. You were supposed to get me out of here.
That's why I would like to see you whole. I wanna take you out from here. That's why I need to see you. You're not just a wall of thorns, are you?
And yes, sir, I'm literally just a talking skull. I have been stuck in this wall for forever, basically.
Fucking hell. I come closer to the skull and I look at it. What kind of a skull is that?
It is definitely a human skull.
Okay, banishment. Get the fuck out of here.
You realize that will cost one of your spell slots?
I turn to Arahant and telepathically say to him, should I stick to my promise right now, or should we drag their diplomacy out?
Your telepathy is one way only, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Well, in that case,
It's a call for action, Arahant.
well, Arahant will point his finger towards you, Sauron, and through the cantrip message, will tell you telepathically. Well, what would it gain us if we teleport, if we send him back, or if we banish him now?
Nothing, just karma points. I guess we can first take a very good look around.
Well, the Dome of Thorns is basically empty except for a smaller Dome of Thorns, which in turn is surrounded by how do I... a type of demon you fought before. No, that is actually the wrong demon. This one. Creatures with hook-like limbs and 2 scorpion tails, 3 toes on each foot, and insectoid in appearance. They are large and towering, and some of you may remember that they may just spawn swarms of insects from their breath.
We encounter them at the first dome.
No.
No? No, it was in the forest, I think.
In the...
Or in the forest, in the park.
I don't think you encountered them in relation to that at all. Wait,
But
did you actually encounter one of those?
Yes, I do think so, because your description sounds familiar to me. I think our party already...
I think you fought one of them when you were imprisoned. Possibly.
Could be.
I think they had one there.
Or at least it was one of those creatures that had impaled the guard.
Basically those creatures, yes.
Yeah, okay. We'll go back a long way.
Although in that context, you didn't actively see the creature.
Yeah, okay.
I think you later found out about that. Well, yes, those are basically grouping around the smaller dome, and the dwarves say, "So, let me guess, you need to get in there."
Arahant, do we?
Mm. Well, I suppose if we don't, I suppose that the ritual must be conducted somewhere inside here, maybe in one of those domes.
So, while we are asking, did the skull allow me to touch it?
Yes.
Can I tug it a little to see how firmly it fixed in the wall?
It is fixed very firmly because there is like one vine literally growing through it.
Sorry, Ludwig, I just had a thought that I should just maybe rip the skull out of the wall and you know. Because technically it means I'm getting it out, so I will stick to my promise, you know.
Technically, yes. You're freeing it from the place where it's currently imprisoned.
Yes, and that's the. Does the chill touch make anything to the vines around the skull? Can I basically, like make the vines wither so that I can freely pull the skull out?
As you attempt to chill touch the vines connected to the skull, those vines just start to detract and hide the skull somewhere else within the thorns.
It seems that the thorns like you a lot. They don't want. You don't control them either, do you?
No, not really. A bit. I'm just supposed to invite people in.
Hmm. Can I ask a couple of dwarf just take their big axes and cut that big vine that is impaling the skull while I'm tugging on it?
The thing is, you can't see the skull anymore.
Oh,
The vine just has retracted to somewhere else within the wall.
stay here. I will be back.
So, one of the dwarves says, apropos being back, you say before you can get us out of here, you have to disrupt some kind of ritual. And if I understood that wizard guy, that ritual is happening in that dome. Yes?
Yes, and those demons are standing between us and that dome.
So how about we keep the demons off your back, and you get in there and get us out of here?
Sounds like a plan.
There
But
is actually no other way around it. We will have to fight our way through.
But before we go, How about some liquid courage?
What is that?
One of the
Uh,
priests steps forward with 2 mugs of ale.
oh, yes, the one that Mel drunk at the last section, or at
And
least took a sip of it, and it was quite.
No, no, this is different. This is for combat.
then I will grab my pint, raise it, and say to the death, and drink it full.
And you are affected by Divine Brew. Basically, you get 2d6 temporary hit points and are immune to being frightened for 1 minute.
Arahant
Also, you
will.
might be getting a slight bath.
Arahant will take the mug.
60 HP, very good.
Watch Sauron drink it. Wait to see if it has some kind of adverse effect. And if Sauron seems all right, Arahant will also drink from the mug.
The thing for temporary hit points is right below your normal hit points, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
Well, and then you also get 2d6. Ooh, even better 2d6. You get 10 temp HP.
Arahant.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the same Divine Brew.
Okay, noted. It's actually not bad.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope it isn't. It has been blessed by our dear God. It should. If that one would be bad, then all hope would be lost.
Yes, indeed. Divine gifts are always good.
Yes.
Well, thank you for this liquid courage. May your God watch over you as you fight the demons, just as mine will hopefully watch over us whilst trying to stop the ritual. And
May watch
Arahant,
over us.
salutes the dwarfs.
And the
And
dwarves
then
salute back before immediately charging the demons.
Then
okay.
let's head through to the dome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So we have the big dome, and inside it is a smaller dome.
exactly.
Box in a box.
And does that smaller dome has an entrance or not?
No.
Of course not.
I mean, I can just knock the same way we got in here, but I reckon they won't be as pleased to see us. They might even try an attack that can kinda sorta give us an opening, but
Mm.
maybe you have other tools.
From the top of my head, nope. From the top of my head, I don't.
Then I will reach out with my consciousness towards the smaller dome when we are close enough to it and say, knock, knock, open up.
And the dome doesn't answer.
They don't seem as welcoming as the skull. What's the can you like generally describe the dome? Maybe we can find a weak spot in it or something.
It's a round globe of thorns that are so thick that no light actually falls through between them.
It's like a basket.
Yes. It's
It's
woven
growing
way
out of the
tight.
ground.
Yes, and it's woven way tighter than the dome on the outside.
Can we see what's on top? Like, is there an opening in the middle, or
Is there enough light filtering in for
out?
for those without dark vision to see or not?
Like you can through like the outer dome, yes, but you currently can't see into the inner dome because there's just no gaps in there, basically.
Okay.
You could try and climb on top of it, yes, to find out if it has a hole on top.
Nah. I would try to do that.
So, I guess you can give me an athletics check. To see if you manage to climb up or get impaled terribly. Well, so I have good news and bad news. The good news is you managed to make it on top. The bad news is you slipped a few times and have cut yourself pretty badly on the thorns, taking a total of 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And yes, you actually managed to find your way on top. And there actually is a hole.
I
And
whistle loudly and turn to Arahant. There's an opening. What's inside?
well, what's inside? I need. Oh God, what have I done? No, I don't. I didn't do anything evil. I just need. This needs to go. This needs to go. And this needs to stop being diagonal. Ah, yes. Uh. Yeah. What you see in there? Um. It's the spirit of hunger lying there, slain, in the curiously, if you remember, as you slew it, it disintegrated. This one is still intact. Or this one. Now it is still intact. And well, it is surrounded by 5 people. 5 people who share the same face. Though
Arhan's favorite?
different bodies below. Yes, and it is Arhan's favorite face.
Arahant is still at the foot of the dome, so he doesn't see. But he will try to make or at least to see a Sauron, and then use message to ask him, what do you see up there? Is there an entrance?
Yes, I see an opening. I see a spirit of hunger that we slain, and I see cultists. I'm not an expert, but they are probably reviving him. Or them. Them. They're probably reviving it.
Well, and each of the cultists also carries around their neck on a chain a golden cup.
Just like the cup I found in the throne. Yeah, the ritual is going on, and if there is a advantage point from which we can start our attack, it's here. I think we need to enter, and we need to do it really quickly.
Okay. And in that case, um, one willing creature touch. Okay, that's an action, and up to 1 hour concentration. Okay. In that case, Arahant will use a second level spell slot to cast Spider Climb on himself,
Yes.
and so walk up.
Yes, and through your spider climbing abilities, you manage to not slip off. And as you look down there, you are also greeted by a very familiar face 5 times. And
Just like in that dream you had.
and I would like to take a very quick break before the combat starts,
Okay.
just to grab some more water. put us back on to the stream. Boom. With both of you currently standing basically in the air above there. Well, it's time to make a decision.
Well, I can upcast Scorching Ray using my only 4th level spell slot, which would grant me 5 rays of fire. So I could send each of them to one cultist.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm not really that mass targets. I'm good at one target usually. I can stick to my slots for now because I only have 2. And use the
I hope it's
Eldritch.
also, how to say, it's also, you may have also noticed the text on the top left of the map.
Their weapons.
Yeah, basically, the one marked in red has a greatsword wearing plate. The one in blue has a dagger wearing leather armor. The one in, what is it, that's green, has a crystal wand and is wearing robes. The one in orange also wears robes and a stave. While the one in purple has 2 swords and is wearing splint mail.
If you would like to focus the melee warriors, I have some dispel magic and counterspell uses that can win us some time. So if we prefer to fight at the distance, maybe we will have an advantage that way. So maybe we should focus our first surprise strike on the close ranged targets, maybe.
That we can do.
I have my good old Eldritch Blast that I can target to the people that are, in my opinion, the most dangerous, which is Great Sword and 2 swords.
Right, now I can cast the Scorching Ray at 2nd level, and that would give me 3 rays of fire, which I could send each one of them, or one to the one wielding with the greatsword, the other the one wielding the dagger, and the last one to the one with the double sword.
Also, Mel should do some attacks too.
Well, Mel isn't. I guess Mel is with you, but he isn't here. But I'm not having Mel shoot while he isn't here.
Yeah, Mel can join us on top and shoot some shots. I have no idea how his mechanics work, so somebody else will have to play.
Mel currently is distracted with one of the demons outside.
Uh, how? What is our height compared from
Uh,
the ground and the hole?
Probably like
How much distance?
50 feet up.
Okay. Well, then Arahant will tell Sauron. What about that? I upcast my scorching ray so that I send one ray of fire to each of them. Then we jump down and using the element of surprise, you could cast darkness and shield us from their attacks.
So instead of attacking myself, I'm doing the darkness. But you will have to think what to do after you are in the complete magic darkness. You will not be able to see anything.
That's true. The problem is I don't have big exploding spells.
Okay.
I am
I can cancel it when we need it to be cancelled, to be honest.
or we could jump down. The moment we arrive, I upcast my spell, and then we see what will happen, and we will improvise from there on.
Then I will jump down and use my Eldritch Blast so that our entrants have more success, and improvisation leaves us enough room to make something on the fly.
So,
Okay.
Then let's both attack and jump down.
so you're
Okay.
jumping down. Are you using Featherfall or something?
Yes, Arahant will use Featherfall.
Because that technically is a reaction, I will say that happened outside of your round, so you can still cast a spell during your round. Where approximately do you want to land?
I suppose in the middle?
Okay.
Either on top of the body or at least here on each side or something like that.
I mean, on top of the body will do.
Okay, on top of the body. And then you cast your spells while dropping. Give me your spells.
Okay. There goes my 4th level spell slot. And now I have to make 5 attacks.
And you're spreading them out, if I heard that correctly.
Yes. And I will do it clockwise. So the first of the 5 rays of fire will hit the red one, the second the blue one, and so forth and so on.
Yep, okay.
The great sword guy receives a crit.
Oh. So, what are you actually aiming at, Sauron?
The great sword person and
Oh, the great sword.
the double sword person aiming the second attack at the great sword.
Okay, give me damage.
My character sheet is loading so slowly.
Have you forgotten how to do damage again? Oh no, you haven't. There it is. That's... Did you roll for... You realized you could have also just rolled specifically for the one that critted and then have that as like one thing. Anyway.
Okay.
And you blood the greatsword guy, though you sadly missed the other one. The one carrying two swords. And our hunt, do your clockwise attacks.
Okay.
That's a hit.
What, 10 fire?
Yep. That's a miss. That's a hit. That is a hit. And that is a hit.
Okay.
Wait, who was the other one with the high armor? Oh, that's the one you rolled the 22 again. Okay. Oh wait, no, the 12 wasn't a hit. The guy just doesn't have the mage armor AC active. Okay. Yeah. You would notice that your projectile is deflected by something shimmering. Notice that the man with the stave is protected by mage armor. The other ones you hit, and to quite some effect, as they notice you jump down and ready themselves with the words, "Oh, look, just the fresh blood we needed." No, that was not the initiative. Why is the initiative so weird looking in the new update? There it is. Wait, why is the... Oh, I fucked up part of the... I guess I have to roll all initiatives hidden. Wait, is it because the token name represents the wrong character? Ah. This actually is correct for the purple. And for the green it also works, hopefully. Yes. Just imagine all of those initiatives saying face bound. Well, and then we can just order those. And apparently Sauron is very quick today. Sauron, you actually get a turn first.
Yep. I reckon that the great sword guy is probably the most wounded one at the moment.
Yes. You would be guessing correctly there.
Then I'm going to... Toll of the Dead, his ass.
You do that, yes.
It's a wisdom save.
Yes, it is. And I'm assuming that it's a fail.
Then he receives 2d12 of damage.
Yes. And as the ethereal bells ring out for him, he barely manages to hang on to life with the last bit of a chance he has. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope, at the moment, nothing.
Well, then the man on the left moves in a bit and what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I think they will send they will drop a drop of blood on the floor and it forms into a small insect that flies at you, Thalron, and you can give me Constitution saving throw. As he casts Blood Scarab at 3rd level. Oh, I guess it's technically then 3 scarabs flying at you, but yeah. Dealing a total of 12
So I
points of...
failed.
Yes.
So the 12 failed, right?
Yes.
12 damage. Holy shit.
Yep. As those insects bite into you and transfer some of your vitality back into the caster. Okay, it's time for Daggerman. Daggerman. He does what Daggerman does. He kinda is at an inconvenient spot in the turn order. So Daggerman puts away the dagger and pulls out a light crossbow and shoots at our hand. I feel like a 23 might hit.
Yes, most definitely.
That's 8 piercing damage for our hand.
I forgot that my Pact Keeper gives my Warlock spells +1. Next time I will remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remember about the things we have from the bosses. They can be useful.
Well, great sword guy. Ooh, he can technically get into melee. Ooh. But is that the thing he will do? You know what? Yes. That is what he will do. He will get into melee and then swing at each of you once with his greatsword. Of course, multi-attack. He makes 2 melee attacks. I guess we'll go left to right, so our hand probably got hit with a 20.
Yes.
So what's his cast again? It's 16 and 17 or what?
What cast?
No,
Which
no,
of
no.
those numbers are his actual attack
The
numbers?
first one.
The
The first one.
first one, yeah. Just have auto advantage on.
And
Nope.
who receives a 7? Because 7
You.
does not catch me.
Yeah, the 7 would
You
have been aimed
receive
at you.
7, Arahant receives the 20.
Yeah, I went left to right.
And because Arahant has used Featherfall to land down, he cannot cast his shield spell until it's his turn.
Yes.
So I take the 11 slashing. Fortunately, I still had my temporary hit, or some of my temporary hit points left. So -2 makes 9.
Ooh, okay.
And 9 go off from my actual hit points.
Down here, what are we going to cast? This looks like a very bad spot for a fireball. I think the man with the staff pulls out a swarming maggot from his component pouch as he points at Eeny, Miny, Moo. Let's go with Sauron. And casts Bathail's Maggot. Which, wait, what? Yeah. This is the issue with these spells. They don't get added to the attacks. A spell attack would be a d20 plus 6. Okay.
And to save, I need to roll what?
14 or more.
The thing is, it just shows a save because it wants to show a save. There is no save associated with the spell. Oh, it would be the spell save would be the AC of the maggot after it is summoned, which it's not relevant right now. The real question is, the guy is casting at you, or the guy is casting at you, the guy hit because it was an attack roll and you rolled a 23. Meaning you take 6 points of necrotic damage and you feel something moving inside of you, eating at you.
I will. 6. I should keep my counter spell for later, I think. Okay, for now let's keep it at that.
Yeah, and I will mark you. This looks like a pretty good mark.
So it's a dot. So I have a dot effect, right?
Kinda. The guy still have to use his bonus action to activate it each turn, but kinda.
I see.
Or basically can repeat this attack without consuming a spell slot. Yeah. Our hunt. In front of you, there's a heavily wounded man with a greatsword.
I know. Well, in that case, Arahant will upcast magic missile
Yes.
using a third level spell slot,
Yes.
so that he can cast 5 missiles, and he will send them all. He will send one to each of them.
One of them casts shield. The one with the stave.
Of course. So.
But the others are actually affected because it's magic missile.
Okay, then once again, clockwise, starting with red.
Okay.
I will roll 4 times
Yep.
the damage. So magic missile on the first one.
Yes.
Is 3 force damage.
And that whips straight through the greatsword man.
The second one is on Daggerman for 5 force damage.
That I was about to say that also hits, but yes, it obviously does. Another missile flies into him.
I love magic missile, except against other mages.
At least you didn't cast all of them at the wizard.
The Arahant is very smart and a wizard too, so he knows what to expect from a fellow practitioner of the mystic arts. Then the third one would go to the one with the double swords.
Yes.
3 force damage.
Okay.
And then finally the one with the crystal wand receives 2 force damage.
Yes, and wait, is this? This is technically the same. It's technically the same, but this is diagonal. So, and as the paladin dies, but not the. I may have revealed something, but anyway, as the man with the greatsword dies, uh, the man with the crystal wand says, "Oh yes, I'm sorry, comrade, but as you said, just the blood we needed, and the blood drains out of the paladin and flows into the cup of the man with the crystal wand, and I said paladin again. God damn it." The thing is, I have them written down with the actual classes. But anyway, yes. So there is blood on this person.
It's a wand wielder, right?
Yes, the wand wielder, indeed. How do I even signify blood? Maybe through fist. Okay. And I think the wand wielder will immediately make use of its blood. As soon as you do, you end your turn. Or do you move somewhere? Or do something else?
Well, Arahant will, let's say, move up to here.
Very well. And that ends your turn?
Yeah.
Haha! So, we'll be taking a legendary action to cast Eldritch Blast at you. It's a double Eldritch Blast. Why is it not even? Why does it not automatically attack? Oh, that's how it automatically attacks.
One is a miss.
Yes, one is a miss, and the second one probably also.
Miss.
It depends whom it's attacking.
Around.
For me, it needs 13.
Around.
Ah, the both the blasts go to Arahant.
Yep.
Then they both miss.
Cool.
XD.
Well,
Because the wizard, the one with the staff, is not the only one who has a
mage
shimmering armor.
So I feel like someone might be getting charged. Yeah, you're getting charged. I don't think that hits
Miss.
at all, but I feel like that might be hitting. For a total of 11 damage, as he stabs you with his short sword.
I would say a hellish rebuke immediately.
Okay. I'm assuming the one you get from your race, where you don't use a spell slot for it.
Indeed.
Okay. That's a save, I think?
Yes, it would require a dexterity save.
Does that meet your spell save DC?
Spell save DC for me is 14.
Then that definitely meets it.
Then it's half of damage. It's 1d10.
Okay. Give me 1d10.
Fuck.
That is 1 damage. But hopefully you will be...
Does my hellish rebuke nullifies the damage they've done to me or no?
No.
Fair. Okay, then I received 5 plus 6, 11.
Wait, Hellish Rebuke is still 2d10. It's 2d10 fire damage, not 1d10.
1d10 because he is successful on his spell save.
Usually you still roll 2d10 and then you have the result, but yeah, that would be another 5. Okay.
6.
Yeah, 6 in total. Yep. And hopefully you will do even more damage on your turn.
I'm losing health faster than I can sustain it at a hand. That's for sure. That's my usual telepathic communication, which is very nice. And concentration is ruined when I'm damaged, right?
then you have to make a save to maintain concentration. Yes.
I think Toll of the Dead again. On the closest to me enemy.
Okay. Wisdom save. I think they succeeded. I think a 19 should do it.
Yeah, he's rolling incredibly lucky.
Yeah. Was that your turn?
I will still try to disengage.
So you will. You mean you will run out of melee and take the opportunity attack? Right?
No, his attack is +5. No, for now I will stand my ground then.
Okay. I guess then we're moving on to the wand wielder. I think they will preemptively cast Cloak of Vermin on themselves as insects rise from the ground and just basically envelop him fully. Well, that's the word symbol for that. Let's do this. While also moving next to our hunt menacingly and then ending his turn.
Of
So,
course it does.
I think the man with the dagger will then also approach our hunt. So, does the 19 hit you?
No.
So
I
you,
want to cast shield.
as you raise your hand and the man's dagger bounces off, he lets off a disappointed sigh. So where do we start? I think we start with the attack for the stave wielder. First of all, uses raises his hand to attack you with the maggot he has implanted in you. And misses spectacularly. Uh, I mean, I could just be a massive asshole right now. I mean, I know that. Hmm. Yeah. And then he will cast a second level magic missile split between both of you. 2 at our hand, 2 at Salwan. And there are probably no shields happening.
Well, Arahant has already cast shield for the attack
Wait.
of the dagger man, so until it's his turn,
Oh wait,
his
that's
shield is
shield.
protecting him.
That's oh no, shield does keep working. Oh no.
Yes, so by all
Oops.
means, shoot he sees that his 2 missiles have the same effect as the magic missile that was sent from Arahant towards him.
Huh. Okay. I completely forgot that that isn't only against one attack. Okay. I guess only Sauron takes the damage. As 2 magic missiles impact into you for 8 points of damage.
Why didn't you roll a magic attack though?
Because it's magic missile.
Magic
Yeah,
missile
instant.
automatically hits.
Okay.
Only the shield spell can block it, or a counter spell.
I'm afraid I will have to counterspell it. Which level you said the magic missile is?
Second, you can counterspell it for free. Yeah, I mean for free as in you don't need to make a roll.
Yeah, counterspell. I guess my pearl is discharged.
Our hand. You have some very nice company.
Yes, indeed. Risking an attack of opportunity, Arahant will run towards Sauron.
Do you do it the smart way?
Meaning disengaging?
No.
Well,
Do you just go straight?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the rogue takes the opportunity attack. Yeah, I don't think there's anything preventing that.
No.
Aww.
But unfortunately, the mage armor is yet a bit stronger than his dagger attack.
I was referring to that you could have technically walked like this to avoid getting sneak attacked if you got hit. Um. Oh, is it until the end of your next turn, the mage armor? Oh no, the shield. The mage armor is still active, yes. Shield is... Shield also until the end? No, the shield's until the start, okay.
An invisible barrier until the start of your next turn, yeah.
Okay.
But fortunately,
Mage armor
mage
still
armor
good enough, yes.
is protecting Arahant. It's
Okay.
his bread and butter that he uses before entering any form of combat or when entering hazardous terrain. Because of its long duration, have mage armor and you have some added protection. So, whilst the dagger is bouncing off a shimmering armor-like defense, Arhan moves to be adjacent to Sauron and will cast a and will cast. Where is it? Cure wounds at third level.
Ooh.
So Sauron, you heal for 19 points of damage.
HP, baby. Thank you very, very much, Arahant.
I don't think do I have any. Nope. I don't have. For the moment, I have nothing I can do with a bonus action.
Did you wound any of the enemies that tried to attack you?
No. I cannot do all those stuff. Well, with for the moment, nothing that would warrant the use of
Magic items.
Well, the only magic item that he has is the special rope he got from.
You also have Statuette of the Six.
From Sherbot.
Yeah, you also got the little statuette from the labyrinth.
It's called the Statuette of the Six.
Okay, but
Like, it's definitely in your journal. I don't know if you ever actually wrote it down onto your character sheet. Like, that's though
I
in the
specifically
journal,
remember
in the
handing
journal
it
I have
over to
marked
Arahant
it as you having it.
I do have the statuette, yes. So
Like, you are the only one who actually has access to the associated stat block.
Yeah, so you can summon as a figure of one of the six.
That is also an action, though.
yes, it's an action. It's not a bonus action. So, but I will keep this in mind. Then I end my turn here.
Okay.
I've done my action. I've done my movement.
Ah, that's still a. Ooh. Almost forgot to take my legendary action. You almost tricked me. That is not within that range. I'm not going to be that lazy, or am I? No, I think I will just. Yeah, just one Eldritch Blast. First one goes at Arahant, second one at Sauron.
Both miss.
Yes. Wait, I now skipped the dual sword guy. Dual sword guy, do your thing.
One miss.
And another one hits as he slashes you again for 8 piercing damage. Oh, I guess he pierces you for 8 piercing damage. you take a stabbing from the short sword. And then your turn starts.
And he is. Is this guy wounded by anything but the scorching rays?
The Scorching Rays, I think the magic missile that Abraham fired at everyone, and your Fiery Rebuke. Hellish Rebuke. So yeah, he is wounded by
then
something.
I should finish this guy, probably. Let's Toll of the Dead his ass. Again. Because he has a +0 rolls, and I think that's a good chance for me. Indeed.
Yes. Give me damage. Oh boy. Oh boy of all boys. Yeah, the sound of death spells actually whips the man out of life. What's going on with me tonight?
By the way, my spell save DC is 15, not 14, because I have a Rod of Pact Keeper. That I
Yes.
forgot to.
Right, did it not actually... Did it not actually... Yeah, I should just... Let's make it very simple. Put this into your inventory. Bam. An actual Rod of the Pact Keeper. And now it's 16 for some reason. Why did it now go up by 2?
I did not touch anything, mate.
Oh, why are there now 2 Rods of the Pact Keeper? I found out why it went up by 2. Okay, apparently according to our 20 Rods of the Pact Keeper stack. Good to know.
Did you add them both together?
No, I just dragged one in there and then, I don't know, the second one just appeared.
Thank you.
The
guy's dead, and
yeah, and his blood flows into the staff user.
I think we can go like around here, Arahant, and it will be more advantageous position for us now. So I run 30 feet, step away from the very middle of the room.
Okay. That's the end of your turn?
Nothing else, so yes.
Staff user uses their newly gained legendary action to shoot a firebolt at Sauron and misses again.
Indeed.
Okay, time for the man with the wand to... Does this actually have any... Doesn't have any material components. Okay, so he just breathes in deeply and then blows a cloud of poisonous mist at our hand, who can... Wait, I should actually roll it like this. Give me a constitution saving throw. Oh god, what did I do? You should really give me a constitution saving throw. That's a very big poison spray.
And that's a very good constitution save.
Thankfully. Oh, I forgot to move him into melee. I guess now this guy is sad again. And will just stab you with a dagger. Admits again.
He remains sad.
Yes. Sad stabbing noises. You know what? At some point you need to be out of shields. A third level magic missile cast solely at our hand.
From the wizard here.
Yep.
Mm.
Hmm? No response?
I'm thinking. Oh well, I will cast the shield again.
Okay. And the magic missile fizzles once again. Our hand.
Well, Arahant will throw down the statue.
And
Mm.
yeah, sadly it doesn't really have a good token.
You could always use the token you used for the statues.
I'm looking.
Yeah, but you know, I can't really change the token. I'm not changing the token for each form. I mean, I could, yeah. I guess I could literally just drag out the corresponding forms, but once I have a bunch of spect. Well, that's a. I'm just noticing my own spelling errors in there.
Mm. This distance because okay, 25 feet. Nice.
I mean, you can just basically go by first of all eliminating all you don't want. I'm assuming you currently don't really benefit much from the angel form or the fey form.
No, because
Weapon users are missing.
well, the Fey form could help Arahant by creating a shadow blade for him.
Yes.
But I was more thinking in the range of the demon form.
Oh.
In which two swarms of insects appear within 30 feet of the statuette. And I will let them appear both around our caster here.
Both on top of him?
Yep.
No, I need
Because
to remember.
in Arhan's eyes, the caster is the bigger problem.
As compared to the other caster? Or the guy attempting to stab you and just constantly missing?
Well, Arahant is a wizard. And the other one is probably also a wizard. So
Yeah.
Using magic against other wizards is a bit pointless because they can shield, they can counterspell it, and things like that. So he will use physical attacks to bring that one down.
Yep. And the creature, I think the statuette just gets its own initiative. I think there's nothing stopping it from that. Yeah, and it immediately appears in the correct spot in the initiative order. I guess it immediately used its initiative to summon the two swarms, because it would technically be faster. What else is there to do? Oh, the swarms
Well,
also need an initiative.
And they, yeah.
And they probably need to be shrunken down. The two swarms, they are basically supposed to be the Conjured Scarab Swarm spell. I'll just make them smaller so they fit onto the guy. I guess they also technically would have instant actions because they were faster than they were ahead of us in the current initiative order. Man, that sure feels like a good day to... Honestly, no. Does shield matter? It feels like a good situation to cast shield. Wait, no, doesn't feel like a good situation to cast shield. That would hit anyway. 10 piercing damage for the mage. And con save to check if they can keep concentrating on the maggot. Yes, they can.
Why is that D10 is a success? Where do you see this thing? Like for me, if I need to check if my concentration succeeds.
The concentration, the check is either a 10 or half the damage you took, whatever is higher.
Oh, okay. Succeeded at both.
Would that be the end of your turn, our hunt? Yes, okay. Well, seeing that your turn now has ended and your shield is no longer
May I still?
yes.
I was planning on
Running away.
yes, and I'm moving.
So there will be an attempted daggering again.
Welcome to London.
Where did my dagger go? Okay.
Miss.
Come on, that guy has the highest attack bonus of all the enemies.
Yeah, well,
All the other ones have +5, he has +6.
it's a sad day for the dagger man.
Well, at the end of your turn, the mage will take their legendary action to once again throw 3 magic missiles at you, because your shield now has run out.
It does.
Do you have another shield?
I do.
Do you
Is
use
there
another shield?
Is our hand healthy?
Mm, it depends on. Oh, well, it's only 1d4, not naturally.
It's
Okay.
3 magic missiles, by the way, that it throws at you.
Arahant will let it pass.
Oh yeah. For a total of 10 points of damage towards our hand. I don't think our hand is concentrating on anything right now, so...
Nope.
Okay, and then Sauron may have his turn.
Okay. Give me a moment. I'm gonna banish the Crystal Wand guy.
Okay. Can you... that's a charisma save, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on. I'm assuming you are successful.
Indeed. My spell save DC is 15.
So now he is sitting in timeout. Cool.
That's my action. And I don't think I have anything else. Yep. Not really. And I don't think I should run anywhere too. So I will. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, yeah, this is actually dangerous. This is actually the... Okay. I think the insects happen first.
And the banishment of the human, if nobody disturbs me for a minute, he will go home.
Yeah, and
Wherever the home is.
insects both miss the mage. He doesn't get a turn. Okay, that needs to actually be dealt with. I guess Daggerman takes an opportunity attack from the statue.
Why an opportunity attack?
If the statue can attack, yes.
Yeah, it has a slam. It deals like 1d6 plus 1 damage or something. And all the other things are technically just recharge abilities, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you also found it. Okay. Yeah, but
16
we'll
to
take it. Yeah, that 16 will hit. Give me damage.
Give me 4, give me 5, give me 4, do the song.
I think you can just click the slam in chat to roll damage. Like the word slam in the. Oh no, you can't. Huh.
Yes,
Oh
I
yes,
can.
you can. What was the first? Oh no, that was just Salwan attempting to roll from a sheet he doesn't have access to. Okay.
You say there is a button, and I'm pressing the button. That's obvious.
Yeah, and then Daggerman will attempt to stab Salwan. A 17
It
should
goes
hit.
through. Yes.
That's 4 points of piercing damage. And well, you can give me a save for concentration on your banishment.
You need at least a 10.
No. Oh no, he needs to roll at least a 10, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How do I roll the save on concentration?
It's a constitution. It's just a constitution saving throw. Okay. More than good enough. I think it's your statuette's turn.
Well, what is the speed of the statuette? 20 feet.
Yeah, sadly it's small.
But it's enough to move right beside the wizard, and the statuette will slam the wizard.
Yes. Or
But
not.
Alice.
Okay. What's the correct course of action here? I think panicking sounds great. So yeah, as a professional wizard, we will start off by Misty Stepping. And because we then still have our main action and that banishment is probably the most annoying part of this combat, we'll fire a firebolt at Salwan again. I have clicked the wrong part of firebolt.
You need to make an attack, mate.
Yeah, I know. The I'm counterspelling the firebolt.
No, because of my multi-class, I does not have access yet.
Okay.
But when I see an attack that hits a skill that succeeds, or a saving throw that succeeds, Arahant will use his reaction
Oh, you still have numbers left.
to cast Silvery Barbs.
Oh, okay. It's not numbers, but it's still annoying.
No.
What save is that?
It's not a save.
No.
You magically distract the triggering creature momentarily. He must re-roll the d20 and use the lower of the two rolls.
Yeah, roll an attack again.
Yep, I will roll an attack again. An 18 is lower than a 19.
It still hits.
We
And I
tried,
probably
mate.
take damage or something, right?
But no, he does not take damage. But the caster can choose one of any creature within 60 feet to grant advantage on the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, regardless if what the effect. So Arahant will give advantage on the saving throw, the Constitution saving throw of Sauron.
That's
Yep.
juicy.
Okay.
Let me take out my HP first because
Yeah.
dying again.
And by the way, the mage will just run into melee, just so Daggerman is not quite as sad when he hits the next time. Because that was 4 damage. Oh, I didn't want to click that. No one saw that. No one here has a sneak attack.
Okay, I'm rolling my Constitution, right?
Yep. With advantage because of the silvery barbs thing. Okay, that's already good enough. No, this is really annoying.
Your stripper magician is done.
No. Well, our hand.
Well, Arahant will use his bonus action to use his channel divinity. He will grasp his holy symbol and will ask the great catfish of wisdom to grant him a fraction of its divine power.
Oh, okay.
By doing so, he harnesses the divine power of his deity. What level are we? 7?
Yes.
Okay,
But I think it's just based on your cleric level, isn't it?
yes, so it's okay. Then in that case it would be 2. And Arahant will regain 2 level 1 spell slots. That's his bonus action.
Yes.
Let's see if direction. Do you want your commitment with the languages? Does it use one of my own actions to give the statuette a command or not?
No, giving it a command after you spoke the original command word doesn't.
Okay, well then he will, with his free action, command the statue to send the swarms to the wizard.
Yes.
And then with his actual action, he will upcast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
Are you very low, Sauron?
I am at 19 HP.
From a total of 40?
52.
50, okay. Well, then I will upcast, I will use my... You regain 20 HP.
Thank you very much.
I will not be able to keep doing this forever, you know. I will only be able to grant you one big upcast, and that's it.
Okay, that's fair. I don't think we need any more, to be honest.
Um,
But it's too soon to say.
I mean, I have a really fun idea, but I probably shouldn't do that. Or should I?
I mean, it's my turn anyway, so.
Yeah, but the mage still has his legendary action for
No,
this.
he used it at the beginning of the turn. Like, as soon as the turn started, he used it.
No. Wait. At the beginning of what turn?
Then how did he cast the magic missiles on the Arahant?
Because it was his turn just before our hunt?
No, you said I use my legendary action, and you cleared it even, and then you used magic missiles on Arahant.
Wasn't that in the last round of turns?
But the turn hasn't, like, it's the same turn still.
But the legendary action does not happen on a set number.
No, legendary action can be used at the end of any creature's turn that isn't the creature themselves.
Yeah, I'm mistaking with
Flare action.
with lair actions. Yes.
Yeah, I think at the end of our hunt's last turn, the legendary action was last used for the magic missiles.
Okay, when he stepped away.
No, that was on his turn. That was his bonus action on his turn, the Misty Step. And then he
Okay,
moved, and then he cast Fire Bolt as his normal action, and then he moved.
Yeah, I don't know, put down the fact that you used the legendary action, maybe because I'm getting all very confused.
Yeah, legendary actions basically recharge after his turn. So,
yeah,
and he just
okay.
had his turn, so it technically recharges. Do I want to... You know what? Time to use the last magic missile. But this time I'm using the last magic missile on Sauron, just so maybe he can fail a constitution saving throw. So, do I split them up? Nah, I already said I use them all on Sauron, so... That's a total of 13 damage for you. Like I said, like we said, magic missile, they just fly into you. The only way to avoid them is really through the shield spell.
Yeah, but I also have a counter spell. My last spell slot.
Do you really want to counterspell a first level spell?
Okay, that's fair.
Like, I mean, the decision is up to you. I mean, it could be worth considering that you want to keep your concentration up, but...
That's fair. I will take my chances, I guess. It's a 13 damage.
Yeah. And one more con save, again DC 10, because, you know, it would need to be more than 20 damage to actually...
Be relevant.
Yeah, to actually be higher.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like my encounter is going to remain broken. I forgot that banish exists.
Can a person banish two people at the same time?
No, because it's a concentration spell.
Can't you use two concentration spells at once?
No.
Shit. I would love to banish all of them. I hope he lands in the middle of a volcano or something. the guy in front of me.
I forgot
I'm-
that panic exists.
The guy in front of me, I'm going to use my favorite Toll of the Dead on him.
Okay. Which guy in front of you? Left or right?
The dagger one.
Dagger one, okay. Dagger one, wisdom save? No.
D12.
Yeah, 2d12.
Bye bye.
No, alive.
Holy shit, 20 HP, and he was burned before that.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe insects will bite his ears off and he will die, so.
That might have been even better if he had died. That would be more blood for me. But anyway. Insects, I think, have 20
to take
movement speed.
the 20 damage on the chin after being wounded beforehand and stay alive, it's admirable.
Yeah, swarms of insects are only at 20 movement, so I guess because I guess they should just dash.
Yes. Dash. Yes.
This guy can't do anything. Okay. Okay, Mr. Daggerman. Time to land the best sneak attack of all time on Salwan. Come on. 13. Does a 13 hits you, right?
It's exactly my armor class.
So it hits you.
Doesn't it mean that my armor class?
No.
No, you have to.
It's basically always in the favor of the one who rolls. So for saves, it's for the one saving. For attacks, it's for the one attacking.
I see.
Okay, that's 5 damage from the dagger. And finally, sneak attack.
Well, Arhant has had his turn.
Yes. Oh no.
Yes, I will recast because he succeeded on his attack.
Good.
And Arhant has regained first level spell slots. He will use silvery barbs again.
Okay.
I
And our
reroll the attack.
okay. Time to roll the attack. Oh look!
Fuck.
I'm actually having the rolls I'm supposed to have.
But you still take the lowest, but as
It doesn't really. It's not really an official disadvantage, so it doesn't disable sneak attack.
no, indeed.
So
But you can give me a constitution advantage again.
That's what was what I was aiming for. So
you take a total of 19 points of damage.
Yet.
I mean, it was a pretty good sneak attack, but I feel like it won't matter at all.
you have advantage on your constitution saving or concentration.
Yeah, on the
Save.
Constitution concentration.
And
It's
I
still
think it's still a D10.
Yeah.
It's still 10 or more. So
yeah.
Okay, then I roll my constitution.
Yep, that's already enough.
And also, I'm pretty close to dying. I'm like 7 HP at the moment, so I'm thinking. Should I take the chances of them downing me? I should. Okay. Okay, go on.
Okay, the statuette I think will not be able to reach into melee.
no, but he will get closer.
Mage. Um. Am I really going to do that? Am I really go? Okay, so I have two options. One of them is very funny. One of them is actually good. So the thing is, the mage hasn't used any third level spell slots yet. So the mage could technically just fireball himself, which would
It's,
knock out Sauron.
which would knock out his friend, which would it's a
With
suicide. It's basically a suicide wave.
yeah,
That's
but it would knock out his friend, so he can have his friend's blood. It's a win-win. It knocked out you and his friend.
and him.
Well, he will take the damage too,
Yeah.
And
unless
fall because he's
unless
wounded.
he's an evoker. In that case, he will.
You know what? I'm just going to go for the less explodey variant and just going to attempt to stab Sauron. Of course, this dagger rolls almost better than actually better than the rogue ever rolled with his dagger.
Okay.
The withered dagger. That's another 4 and another Constitution save.
3 HP. Okay, rolling my con. Bad. That's really bad.
Our hand. So, two things. The rogue is almost dead. And Sauron is also almost dead.
Sauron has means to stay alive, but it will mean that you have to do all the combat.
I mean, Sauron could also just kill the rogue and you do healing. Who knows?
True. I have enough things to
I think
stay alive. Like I may be low HP, but I can stay alive, though I will be incapable of helping you.
Okay. Um, bonus action.
Yes.
Second level spell slots.
Yes.
He will cast he will cast his spiritual catfish.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I left the catfish on the other map. I can grab it real quick. Because it's obviously a very important and hard to replicate drawing. There's the catfish.
Indeed. And the catfish will, the moment it's summoned, start to attack the rogue.
Okay.
So, spiritual weapon under DS.
And we'll miss the rogue.
And will miss the rogue, indeed. Then Arahant will move here. So he will get an attack of opportunity from the rogue, but not from the wizard.
Yes. Nope.
Nope. Well, a valiant effort from the rogue, but the mystical armor is still aiding Arahant.
Yeah.
And then he will use his action to cast a cantrip, of course.
Yeah.
And this will be, he will utter a word of power to the great catfish of wisdom, asking that the great catfish grants him the power of light and the sun. And he will cast Word of Radiance, which means that every creature around
So the
Arahant,
mage.
so indeed the mage, will have to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Con, okay. That is a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
He succeeds, so he does not get any damage. Although it's Arahant's turn, so I could use my silvery barbs as a reaction. Yeah, you know what? I will use my silvery barbs.
Okay, so we rolling that.
Reroll.
Huh? Yep. That's now 8 damage for the mage. The mage is sadly drastically more healthy than the rogue.
What did you say the mage is?
Sadly way more healthy than the rogue.
Um,
And who's going to get advantage on something?
he will give it to Sauron.
Okay. And is that all?
Pum, 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 pum.
I have a feeling I know what Sauron is going to do. But I'm pretty sure what I'm thinking of is illegal. Is it? Please don't tell me what I'm thinking of is actually legal.
It depends what you're thinking.
It's only 10 feet. Arahant will, at the risk of getting a dagger attack from the wizard, but will, or the mage will step away 10 feet from it.
Okay. So mage gets another opportunity attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dagger. Of course that dagger hits. Haha, take the ever threatening 3 points of damage. I mean, someone would be dead from that, so. And I think that brings us to
From
Sauron.
7 points of them, from 3 I would not die, I think.
No? Aren't you on 3 exact? I mean, yeah, not die, but be knocked out.
Well,
Anyway, this brings us to Sauron's turn. You are going to banish yourself, right?
And I have advantage on my attacks, right?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, the dagger guy needs to die. Does it hit?
Yes. That's 4, or I guess. No, that's 4, yes.
It is.
That should be enough for him, yes. And it's time for a
Mhm.
blood transfusion.
And the final Eldritch Blast will go to the guy, to the magic wand user.
The wand user, so the one back there.
Yeah, but for that I will probably need to use my advantage.
No, the 12 actually hits.
Oh, okay.
But you have 1 minute to use it, so
And that's the first time he actually took damage. Ooh.
No, he also took damage from fire spray, no? From
Oh, did
scorching ray.
he get help? Oh no, he just had temporary. He just had 10 HP from the blood scarab before. Yes.
I see. That's cool.
That
So
was.
he's not even wounded.
Yeah, the guy up there is not really wounded. The Mr. Green. It's swarm of insects time, I think. Or is
yes,
it?
yes, it is. And they were given specific command by Arahant to attack the
Yes.
wizard or the mage.
Okay, and I think after those swarms, the wizard will. Oh, did he? Okay, yeah. Insects. No one has targeted the insects yet. Oh god, they both hit. I feel like the mage might be dead. Nope, mage is at 4 HP. Mage is indeed at 4 HP. And the person in green can come back and cast. You are both so low. Eeny, meeny, miny, moo.
Solo bolo.
None of you are actually the boss. By the way, you should technically also have 2 potions of healing lying somewhere around.
Yep,
In
I
the
took
party
some
loot.
for myself, that's true. But I need to drink them consciously, and it takes an action, no?
I usually do healing potions as a bonus action.
My potion of healing, I have only one. Yeah, I forgot about it, that's true.
Yeah, so, I think you will cast Infestation at our hand.
So con save.
Yes. That's 6 damage, and wait, is it random movement? No, it is random movement. Oh, it's a D4, so it's only cardinal directions. You're moving east. Sad. I kind of wanted to have you run into the thorns. Oh no, it says the target doesn't move, not that the target does move into the thorns. That would be funny though. So that the statuette, I'm assuming, will slam the mage again.
Indeed.
Well, he was here, so
Yeah, it could also slam the other guy. Yes.
Arahant will send him to attack um, the one guy.
Spreading out the damage, I see.
I mean, if the mage tries to down me, then Arahant has an attack on the mage, and it means that he has a better chance with the green guy. So
21 hits, I suppose,
Yes.
for 2 bludgeoning damage.
That sadly doesn't kill at all remotely.
No.
He stubbed his toe on the statue.
But it does dwindle a bit of his.
Yes. Okay, mage kinda has an issue. And that issue is called being literally covered in swarms of insects. Which the warlock technically also, yeah, now I revealed his class, but anyway, which the other guy also kinda is, but he is covered in swarms of insects out of his own volition because he still has the cloak of vermin that he cast. Okay. How do I do this in the most optimal way?
Suicide West.
Ah, yes, now I cast Fireball. No. Let's start with a Firebolt with disadvantage towards our hand.
He can just yell glory to Akishigal and fireball
Miss.
himself.
And then oh yeah, I probably forgot like 3 or 4 concentration saves on the guy. Yeah, okay. He doesn't have the maggot still active on Sauron anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, then I can't really do any maggot things as a bonus action, so I guess I'm not. Yeah, end turn. Arndt.
Arahant will send his spiritual weapon towards the wizard.
Okay. Oh yeah, you can't move it yourself, I think, because I copied it in, yes. It's in bonking position.
And he will hit the wizard.
He will hit the wizard. The wizard, yes. The wizard. And,
for 8 points damage.
And that will down the wizard.
Okay.
And the wizard's blood, plus his 2 additional doses of blood, all flow into the green guy. Who now has 4 doses of blood.
It means?
It means that if he... I think they were 5, so if he has 1 dose left, or can get 1 dose, he will probably be able to resurrect or call back the spirit of hunger.
So, where is it?
Would you like me to press big red button and end combat?
So, first of all, immediately upon absorbing the 3rd dose of blood, the power from the blood overflows with it in the guy, and he calls forth a being of pure venom. Yes. It's from the ground, just he calls up venom, and it takes the form of a slithering snake. At initiative 12. Yeah. Anything else, our hand?
The command will be
Hmm.
well. He will command the swarms to attack Mr. Green,
Yes.
which leaves Arhan's a reaction action.
So for the snake to attack, the guy needs to give it a command, right?
You would need to command it as to tell it to do something as a bonus action, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
In that case,
Usually those commands are mental, so silence doesn't really help against that.
no, it doesn't. But
As being on the different plane of existence helps.
Yeah, probably.
Because I can just try and press big red button at end combat right now. I have one more banishment in my chamber. And there is nobody to save this guy. It means he will be banished forever.
Mm-hmm.
well, with his action, Arahant will use his second to last first spell slot to show his holy symbol towards the warlock
Yes.
and tell him with a commanding voice, "Halt!"
Oh, so we will not do anything for one round, okay?
Indeed. So he casts the spell command.
Wait, there's actually a save against that.
Yes, indeed.
Is it wisdom or is it charisma? It's
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
DC 16. He fails. So because of hold, or I will use a more older version of the word, a bit more Shakespearean.
Mm-hmm.
He will say heal,
Okay.
but heal written
Yes.
with
Yes.
what you would say against a dog or something like that. But it has the same effect as halt, and the target doesn't move and takes no actions whatsoever.
Yes.
And a bonus action is an action.
And the legendary action is also an action. Yes.
Indeed.
Okay, Salwan.
And if I fucking slam it with a sledgehammer of my Soul of the Dead, he will wake up from this.
Nope.
Then let's fucking slam him into oblivion. My spells, Soul of the
No,
Dead, of course. So
he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command.
Yeah.
Uh, um, up until its on its next turn.
The green guy wounded at all.
He should be, but it looks like after absorbing all the blood, his wounds have closed.
Then I should use a different spell. Yep. Because he's not wounded, that's really bad. I cannot use Toll of the Dead effectively. But I can prepare. Ooh. Okay, I hex the guy.
You hex the guy. Ooh.
Yeah, so next turn when my attack will hit him, I will deal an extra damage.
And you will... And that was your last spell slot, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then, insects happen.
20. They have enough move.
Yep. Now I need to check something. Ba 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 ba. Plus 1 bonus to AC whenever a creature hits you with a melee attack. Okay. So the two swarms attempt to hit the warlock, but no. Warlock doesn't do anything. Elemental therefore doesn't do anything.
Wouldn't not doing anything mean that insects have an easier time hitting
No.
him? Why the bites go as usual?
No, it only it only makes sure that the for this on his turn the
I
character
see.
does nothing. But
He's
if
not
not,
taking
He would
any
still
active,
attempt
he's not
to prevent
taking
himself.
any active action, but he is defending himself. Okay.
Yes. The thing is, technically, he would have... It was until the end of his turn, so now he should have his legendary action back. Legendary actions back, right?
it lasts one round. So it will remain until the start of Arhan's turn.
Okay. Then I guess it's the statue, who in my initiative is called Inushka's Pot, because I did something weird. Which I guess may slam.
He will.
Come on. No, it's a miss. Our hunt. I will once again remind you that there are 2 healing potions lying in a folder called Group Loot.
And there is also a spiritual weapon to use.
Yes, that as well.
Okay. So the spiritual weapon will go to the warlock and try to hit it.
And try to bonk him, okay. Warlock is at 13 AC. Because of his cloak.
17 to hit for 10 force damage.
That hits indeed. I guess the weapon can't really take the damage from the Cloak of Vermin. Yeah. So
no, indeed, because it's a spiritual manifestation, so it cannot be harmed or whatsoever.
Yes.
Nor targeted or something else.
So
now he is wounded.
Cleric spells are quite potent even on low levels.
Yeah.
Now he is wounded.
And And then Arahant will. So that was his bonus action.
A friend of mine once said the most ideal part D&D party for combat consists of 4 clerics.
I mean, they are capable of wearing a decent armor too.
Yeah, depending on the cleric, you get heavy armor, martial weapons, you get... Clerics just get a lot in 5e. And usually it's balanced off with their subclasses being a bit weaker than for other classes. Sometimes. And then there's the Twilight Cleric.
Arahant will move here. I'm torn. Would I use a healing spell to heal myself?
Can't you drink a potion? And
I think a
drink
normal
potion.
healing potion might be weaker than an actual Cure Wounds. I guess depending on the level.
True.
Wait, I think Arahant only has first level spell slots left, right?
No.
No?
Arahant has one level spell slot, one level spell slot left, one level 2 spell slot left, and one level 3 spell slot left.
Oh.
Because I regained some spell slots thanks to the harness divine power.
Oh yeah.
Being a juicy knowledge cleric and all that.
Mm-hmm. Ah yes, Harness Divine Power, the famous knowledge cleric feature. That only they get, definitely.
No, every cleric has it. Harness divine power. The domain specific is knowledge of the ages, which
The
grants
plus
advantage
10.
on.
Is it plus 10 or is it advantage?
No, it grants proficiency
Oh, okay.
to a
Anyway.
skill in which they are not proficient during 10 minutes.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. Do you use a spell to heal yourself?
Arahant is quite low.
Just as a warning, I will start using legendary actions again after Salwan's turn if I still am able to move by then. Because I don't know how it works with at the end of your turn with the command thing.
Well, at might know the so when it's back to his turn, he will be able to take actions and move again, unless Arhant reuses.
Yeah. No. The question was because it's at the end of your because it ends on the end of your turn. The effect, right?
Yeah,
and my
indeed.
effect would be at the end of your turn. So then I would be going in your favor and saying, yeah, it's still the next legendary action would be after Salwan's turn.
Okay, thank you.
The guy has only +1 wisdom. I have good chances to fucking one-shot him.
I will take the middle ground and I will use my last second level spell slot to Arahant will use his last second spell slot to heal himself. Where is Q wounds at level 2 on himself for 12 hit
Okay.
points.
Do you end your turn there, or do you move somewhere?
I still have 10 feet of movement left, so he will move 10 feet in that well, no, here, because he's dead. So, and here he will end his turn
Okay, Saruan.
or end his turn.
Drink a heal potion, of course.
Okay, yes.
How much health it restores?
Potion of healing was 2d. Potion of healing was, I think, 2d. Was it 2d4 plus 4? No, I think it was. No, it's. It's
2d4.
technically it's 2d4 plus 2. I always do 2d4 plus level for the healing potions. So basically it would be 12 now.
Okay, then I have 15 health, which is not bad, and I'm going to Toll of the Dead his ass.
Okay.
Please roll a wisdom save.
Yes.
Fail.
You should be hitting. Okay. That's 15 damage.
Wait, and I also have my hex.
Oh, yes, yes.
Which
I
means
think.
I do. Is it 1d6 or 2d6?
I do not know.
It's 1d6, but I'm reading something else about it. Maybe you want to reconsider that hex decision.
Why would I?
I will have to inform you that Toll the Dead is not an attack. It's a save.
It's a what?
Toll the Dead is not an attack, but it's like a saving throw spell and not an attack spell. So, hex wouldn't apply.
Okay.
It's specifically with attacks, so with, Eldritch Blast would be an attack spell. Or, I don't know, weapon attacks and stuff. Scorching Ray. All of those cool things. But not Toll the Dead.
Okay.
Any
What can I do? There is nothing to do then.
Maybe you want to move.
Yep.
Okay. So at the end of your turn.
No. Insects. Oh yeah. Legend.
Yes. Let's start with. I noticed I missed a letter there.
And he is severely wounded at the moment, right?
Yes. Roughly half-life. He points a bit below our hand. as his legendary action and uses Sickening. Howard, give me a Constitution saving throw. And I think I used the wrong weather there.
Succeed.
Yeah, you are not weak to poison damage for a whole turn, but you still take 2 damage. Now it's insect time. Uh, 15 does indeed hit. Then the cloak deals 2d4 points of piercing damage back. There's nothing that he is concentrating on. Damage on the insects doesn't really matter because no one really wants to target the insects ever.
Cloak is a concentration, mate.
No, it isn't. Is it?
Concentration. Oh,
Yes, it is.
duration.
Is
Concentration up to 10
Yes,
minutes.
Cloak of Vermin, concentration up to 10 minutes.
Who in the right mind writes a defensive spell and makes a concentration? Okay. Okay.
Mwah, 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 mwah.
Who wrote that?
I mean, I'm not arguing. I would say it's a good moment to use a sad horn.
Okay. That means I'm stopping being nice. I stopped being nice to you. Because I'm not sure if you actually read it, but the amount of legendary actions is actually equal to the amount of blood that he absorbed. So he gets basically 4 per turn. Or 4 per round. Honestly, I could be using ultimate power, but it doesn't even do anything. That's the most stupid part. That's really only good on the martial classes. I guess.
Which we killed the first.
I guess poison spray at the bug that has taken damage.
Doesn't it need to hit?
At the bug, not at
does.
our hand.
Ah, at the bugs. Okay.
Yeah, but the bug's safe. Okay, that brings us to his actual turn. That means he can actually give a command to the elemental. And kind of just want to disengage, but that's also bad. I mean, I could just disengage and run away. Hope that the elemental does things. That sounds like a plan.
How much run he did?
30 feet. And he used the
Okay.
disengage action. And he 6 the venom elemental at our hand. The venom elemental can bite twice. And you really don't want to be hit by this. I guess you aren't.
Well,
It.
Do you do anything? Can you do anything about it? About that?
the first attack does not hit, but the second does. Even with the shield, it would hit me.
And there's
My
no
shield
more
only brings
silvery.
me to 20 AC.
And that's no more silvery barbs.
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
That's actually nice.
So I will use my last first level spell slot to cast Silvery Barbs.
Because I will have to inform you that the venom of this creature works very similar to that of a flying snake. Okay, actually a 10. Okay. It missed you twice. I guess it can... Do you want it to dash or stay safe and dodge? The statue.
The statue will attack the snake. Is
Oh,
it
all that's
attackable?
the all that snake, yes, of course. That also is attackable. Yeah. It's an
So he will
elemental.
then slam the snake.
Okay. That hits.
He will snake the slam.
For bludgeoning damage.
Yes. It seems to be damaged.
It seems to be damaged. Okay.
Our hunt.
Okay, in that case. Arahant will use his free action to command the swarms
Yes.
to go to the snake.
Yes.
His bonus action will be spent. And no, he would not reach it, but he would reach the snake. So the spiritual weapon goes towards the snake and will hit the snake or attack the snake. We will
Okay.
see if he hits yes or no. It's a crit.
Yes. That's damage. And I don't think it will listen to force damage at all, no.
So it receives 21 force damage.
Exactly.
When a spiritual catfish crit hits the venomous elemental.
Yes.
And
I have no idea how to describe that scene.
well,
Fun
Like
fact, did you know that catfish also are venomous?
are they venomous catfish?
They have like the spikes on the fin in their back.
So with other words, do not anger the great catfish of wisdom.
Yes.
Fortunately,
You anger
Arahant
the ghoul,
is a
you
servant
get the
of the great
points.
catfish, so
Do you have...
he will
Do you have...
not willingly anger his own deity.
So, what are you going to do with your main action?
With my main action, Arahant will use his last spell slot that he has, which is a
Yes.
3rd level spell slot.
Yes. And magic missile the guy to death.
Not necessarily.
No.
Well, I don't know how many hit points he has.
Not
but
much.
I was thinking about, although I was thinking on using the advantage from the silvery barbs to cast a guiding bolt with advantage at 3rd level.
You are in melee though with something, so the advantage would cancel out.
Okay.
Is it like any ranged spell thing?
It's all ranged attacks.
Yeah.
There are some spells that have range but are melee attacks. For example, the maggot thing is a melee attack. So it can be used in melee and at range.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, then I will hold on my last spell slot, but I will use the advantage to cancel out the disadvantage and cast a fire bolt on the warlock.
Okay.
Fireball. 26 to hit for 17 fire damage.
Plus that should be enough. That is enough. The guy goes up in flames. And
Jesus.
And with his last, when he's casting his firebolt, Arahant will yell at the warlock, "Never mess with a master of the mystic arts."
as the warlock goes up in flames, the blood flows from him, and it flows right into our Hans bag.
What?
Into your backpack or whatever holding device you are using.
Okay. That's
I
disturbing.
mean, if you have a water skin, now you have a blood water skin.
Do you want to look into your equipment holding device? Oh, by the way, the snake disappears.
By the way, casually.
I
No.
I'm also.
Freddy's there.
I forgot to mention
Oh.
that.
Oh, Freddy there. You know
It
the
actually
snake.
was quite a challenging combat, to be
Yeah.
fair.
To be fair, if Mel would have been in there, there would also have been swarms of roaches and probably 20 more HP per enemy. And probably like 40 more HP for the boss, or maybe 60.
I mean, Mel is broken.
Yes.
We are just normal.
Yeah. Without him, I went for 40 HP per enemy. The original intention was actually to go for 40 HP plus they fully heal whenever they absorb blood, but then I reduced the healing a bit.
Can I suggest we wrap up and do investigations next time?
Yes, but I just want our hunt to look into his back to look for the blood.
Okay, I will humor you. Arahant will look in his backpack.
And you see that the blood had flown into the compartment where you store, the face.
It goes into the face.
Into the face. And that's where we end our session. Now you can do your goodbyes.
Okay.
Alright, gentlemen. It was quite fun. I usually fucking hate the D&D combat because it's insanely boring. But it was nice to have a challenging combat once in a while. It
Also,
was
it
quite
was like
pleasant.
the first combat in like 3 sessions.
Yeah, I avoided at all costs. Okay, have a good evening.
You too. And have a nice weekend.
Thank you very much.
I was kind of talking to saying your goodbyes to, the stream, but anyway, so I can sign off.
Okay.
I mean, you can also say goodbye to each other and leave, but
Let's sign off then.
Until the next one, have a good one, everyone.